Hey everybody, it's your lovely Lotus Blossom Lizzie, and I love recording in my car because the acoustics are so good and the lighting is so good. But today I wanted to do a little bit of a story time, and I've never done a story time on this channel, and I'm a very chatty person, but when I'm doing tutorials or playing with me's and things like that, I try not to be chatty because I am. So I'm just gonna post up a chatty video today, and basically what I wanted to talk about is like blessings. And I was kind of talking with someone yesterday, and I remember kind of a story from when I was working overseas. And so and the reason why this came up is we were talking about, like being lucky with the things that you have. Like someone said, I was walking around with my phone talking to somebody on video, and I went into my closet, and I don't think I have like a lot of clothes, but it looked like a lot on the camera, and they said, "Man, you're so lucky." And I said, that's not luck. I said, everything that I have, I worked really, really hard for. And, I can't say that people haven't given me things, but I really worked hard for it. And I got the things that, was most important to me. And I don't think I have like a lot of clothes, but of course I have more clothes than most. And so when we were talking about that, also we were talking about how sometimes people are overly religious, and I don't really like to talk about religion and politics, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. But I felt like I'm blessed with the things that I have because of my personality, basically. And then I said to this person, I said, you have to be careful who you take your blessings from, because some people are they're just really so overly pushy with their religion. And I was saying how, that's kind of to me, it kind of freaks me out when, someone is just too overly religious. It's just it's, to me, I feel like they have something to hide, or they're trying to make up for something. And so this is kind of part of the story. But and then I thought about this time when I was working overseas. Okay, so first you have to imagine, just think about on the back of semi trucks or on the back of a train, the connexes that are on there. Now, I used to actually sleep in a connex like that. No, I wasn't doing it because I was poor. I was working overseas, and the subcontractors and the military, sometimes they kind of built those out as rooms for people to sleep in. So I had one of those one of those connexes that I slept in because I was a supervisor over there. So one night I was sleeping, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got a knock on the door, and I was like, who's coming here at 4 o'clock in the morning? And where I wasn't really worried about opening the door and getting raped or anything like that. So I opened up the door to find it was somebody from our security department, and they just said, we just wanted to make sure that you were okay. And I said, yeah, I'm okay. I was sleeping. And they said, okay, well, good night or good morning. So, I went ahead and got up because I had to be at work at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I got up and kind of, put my clothes on and everything. And of course, by the time I got to work, the whole office was all abuzz about something that had happened during the nighttime. Well, to make a long story short, what happened was somebody had actually, it was a female, of course, a woman had a baby in a bathroom, and she flushed the baby down the toilet. And this is a real story. She flushed the baby down the toilet. Now, I never found out if the baby was alive or if the baby was dead or whatever, but what happened was, one of the guys that come and they would have big trucks where they would come and they would get the waste from each of the portable bathrooms. And this wasn't a porta-john, this was a built out bathroom, but they still had to come and remove the waste, and they did that every night or early in the morning when it wasn't that much activity. So what happened was, he was trying to suck everything out, and something got stuck in the hose. And of course, it was the baby that got stuck in the hose. And so, you know, the poor guy is probably scarred for life. So moving on, past that, you know, for a couple of days they did. So what they were doing when they came by my room, they went by all the females because they were trying to figure out who had this baby. And I don't know why, how you can't know when someone has a baby. Like, somebody should have known or pointed out. But eventually they found the girl that had the baby. But you're not supposed to be pregnant over there anyway. If you're pregnant, you're supposed to go back to the States because they don't have facilities to take care of pregnant women where I was at in Afghanistan. So she, I don't know why she did. I know she was actually an African-American woman, and apparently she had got pregnant by one of the Afghan workers that was over there, which... You know, there's some beautiful Afghan people, and some of them have good personalities, but their hygiene is horrible, and that's because they just don't have access to the things that we have access to. Like, we get to take showers, we get water every day. They just don't have that, and so their hygiene it's pretty bad. So I don't know how she got pregnant by this guy, but she got pregnant by this guy, and I guess she didn't want to take the baby home. Now, again, I don't know if the baby was alive or if the baby had passed away before she had decided to dispose of the baby, but I just thought that was horrible. And so when we were talking about it in the office, the people were trying to tell me who she was, and I'm really bad at names and faces and stuff, and so they were trying to tell me she comes here in the office all the time, and her name is so and so, and she's always saying God bless you and have a blessed day and do this. And I was just thinking, you know what, see, that's what I mean about people being overly, like, you know, religious and trying to hide things. And you have to be careful who you take your blessings from. And so I'm always, you know, it's not that bad if someone says, be blessed or have a blessed day. But when they're like just overly like in your face, and they want people to know that they are super religious, that just kind of freaks me out, because I'm just thinking, okay, what's behind all that? And so that's pretty much like the whole story. And I just kind of wanted to share that you just have to be careful who you take your blessings from, because not all people that, you know, try to be overly, you know, that way, not all of them are bad people. I think it's just all about being good. And I'll probably just open up a can of worms with this whole thing. That's why I don't talk about religion, because I think religion is kind of a personal thing, and you have to do you. You have to do you, and, you know, keep it real at the same time. So that's pretty much it. I wanted to really tell that story, and I have some really great stories to you guys. You have no idea. So y'all have to make sure that you subscribe so you can hear more great stories from me. You can do that by hitting the subscribe button, and also make sure that you hit that little bell button below as well, because that way you'll get notifications when more videos like this come out. And also leave a comment, and I'd like to know what you think about blessings. And if you're a good person and you're not hiding things, I'll be happy to take blessings from you. So with that, I'm going to say love, peace, and hair grease from your sweet lotus blossom and lovable Lizzie. Have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.